All right, so we are here to review our prior conversation about George Hysteria. So, based on the facts that I received, Mr. Hysteria was reimbursed $36,000 by his home insurance after there was a fire on his home, which he could not use. Mr. Hysteria incurred expenses of $18,000 for lodging, $6,500 for food. Of that, Hysteria estimates that he would have incurred $700 of food per month prior to the fire. He continues to incur housing costs of $4,800 and utilities decreased from $500 to $1,800 over that 6 month period where he was unable to use his home. So, based on my research under Internal Revenue Code Section 123, it basically states, as a general rule, reimbursement of living expenses are not included in gross income. However, there are limitations under 123. The excludable amounts cannot exceed the actual living costs that Mr. Hestera would incurred, and they cannot exceed the normal living expenses he would have incurred during the time of loss of residence. Let's see. Treasury Regulation 1.123 also sets some guidelines as to what qualifies under these living expenses. So some of these, basically the exclusion includes rental of suitable housing, transportation, food, utilities, and other miscellaneous services that he would incur during this period of loss of residence. So by this rule, out of the lodging cost, $18,000 is what he actually incurred. Before that, he wouldn't have incurred that cost, so that full $18,000 would be excludable. Food, $6,500. That's what he spent over that 6 month period. $4,200 is what he would have incurred. So $2,300 out of that $6,500 would be excludable. Housing cost, the $4,800 for the insurance, the mortgage, and other related costs to his home. He would have incurred that before and after the fire, so none of that would be excludable. Utilities, he actually decreased his utility cost by $1,300. So that $1,300 actually reduces the amount of excludable of the amount that he can exclude from his gross income. So that rounds it up as $19,000 that he can exclude from the 3,600. I'm sorry, the 36,000 reimbursement. So that would be, just based on these facts, 17,000 out of the 36,000 of reimbursements would be includable in his gross income. So based on that, we really do have to have another conversation with Mr. Hysteria as to what cost or he actually incurred, because some other costs may actually be includable, which he has not included in the limited list that we received. Some of these costs might, just as an example, would be commuting costs. Say the house that he's renting is further away from his work, and now he has to spend extra $200 per month in extra gas and other costs. Then this amount would also be excludable from his gross income. So based on that, we really do have to have another conversation with him as to what costs he has to make sure that we exclude all the amounts that qualify under this exclusion. So with that, like I said, we just need to follow up with Mr. Hysteria, and just based on this, we would say your exclusion would be 19,000, but we do have to have a review as to the cost that you've incurred. Okay. Hope that sums it up. Let me know what else we need.